All right, ladies and gentlemen, now is your opportunity to meet the young men and the young women of the Trinity Crusaders cross country team. We've got two young men with us today. How are you?
Good.
Now listen, we're going to let you first introduce yourself and kind of tell us a little bit about you and share it with the people. We'll start with you first, okay? Go right ahead.
I'm Colleen Holland. I'm 11th grader at Trinity Christian School, and I am the son of Stephanie and David Holland, and I run cross country since the 6th grade.
Since the 6th grade. Now, do you play any other sports, or is this just the one sport that you play?
I just run track, so the only other one.
Very good. Now, what other things are you involved in? Any kind of clubs here?
I'm in senior beta.
Senior beta, so you're a smarty pants.
I guess so.
Very good. All right, young man, introduce yourself if you would.
Okay, I'm Jacob McLeod. My parents are Robin and Kirk McLeod, and I'm a junior at Trinity Christian School. And I've also been on the cross-country team since the 6th grade.
So you two have been teammates for quite some time.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so you work very well together?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask you this, Jacob. Now, because you've already you've been working with him for so long, does it make it easier for you when you're out there running?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah. And so being coached under Coach Weingartner, how's that experience been for you? We'll start with you.
It's been amazing. He's a great Christian, godly man, and it makes it so much easier to be around him and talk to him about our troubles and struggles, and all the stuff that we do out there.
That's wonderful. What about you, young man?
I agree with him. He's a great coach, mentor, and friend.
Very good. Now, he was kind of telling us a little bit about you guys and you know, not wanting you to brag on yourself, but in a way we want you to kind of brag on yourself. So tell us about how your experience has been, and as far as like improving your time with cross country, because that's always a big thing. And so you tell us about that.
Well, when I started in the 6th grade, I was like 3rd from last. But the next year I came out, I think I came across the line 2nd place in 7th grade. And I just kept improving from then. Like, got a whole lot better, a whole lot faster.
And, you know, when you're talking about, you know, how you've improved, do you work on things by yourself, like at home, outside of practice?
We used to, not really, not much.
But do you come from a family of runners?
I do not.
So you are like the Lone Ranger then.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right, Jacob, talk to us.
Well, I feel like over the years it's taught me a lot about working hard and really the benefits of working hard.
And, you know, he was telling us about your record in running.
Yes, ma'am.
Share that with us if you would.
Well, in track, I have the school record in 3,200 and the 800.
So we are standing over here with the superstar. Now, are you, you know, the coach was telling us that you all kind of have pretty much of a young team where you have 2 seniors. Do you find yourself in any situations where you have to be a leader to your peers?
Sometimes, yes, ma'am.
Jacob?
I agree.
Now, Jacob, so you're saying you hold the record. Now, do you feel any kind of pressure to really try to keep that and to improve upon that record?
Well, I'm definitely going to work on improving it and getting it as low as I can.
Yeah. I mean, that is so impressive. And, you know, just to hear the accolades that you give to your coach about how well he is in working with him, that says something pretty special. Now, tell us, what things do you guys like to do outside of sports?
Well, I like to fish.
Oh, you're a fisherman.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. What about you, Jacob?
I like to fish too.
Wait a minute. Now, you two are giving pretty much the same answers. Is this something that you planned, or is this you two are pretty much, you are similar?
We do hang out a lot.
You do. Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations to both of you. We're so proud of you for holding the record, and so glad that you've improved and you're doing so much better and you work well together. We want you to continue doing so. Any last words from you two?
Not much.
Not much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the young men of the cross-country team. Thank you so much. All right, and now we've got 2 beautiful young ladies on the cross-country team. Hi, girls.
Hi.
In unison. I love it. All right, we'll start with you. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone, if you would, okay?
I'm Janie Sampson, and my parents are Dr. Mark Sampson and Dawn Sampson.
What things are you involved in?
I run cross country and track.
And track. Very good. Are you in any clubs here at Trinity?
I'm in the Beta Club.
All these smart folks. That's good. That's a good thing. Very good. Well, nice to see you. What about you, young lady?
I'm Carmen Leroy, and my parents are Sharon and Billy Leroy.
Hi, Carmen. Now, what things are you involved in besides cross country?
I run cross country and track, and I play basketball.
And basketball, my favorite sport. Now, ladies, what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th grade.
Now, a freshman. What about
in
you?
10th.
10th grade. Very good. Now, how long have you been running cross country? Well, speaking to the young men, they started running in the 6th grade. What about you girls? When did you start?
I started in the 6th grade.
Did you? What about
This
you?
is my first year.
Your first year. And so how is it for you, this being your first year running, as opposed, when your teammates have been running for many years? How's that for you?
It's a lot different. The first meet was weird because I've never done a 5K, so it was kind of different than track.
How did you do?
I did good for the first time.
For the first time? Very good. And, what has your best time been for the 5K? Do you remember what your best time was? Yeah.
I think it's 20 minutes and 11 seconds.
What about you, darling?
20 minutes and 17 seconds.
Now, girls, so when you're talking about, your best time, what do you do to help yourself to improve? Because you always want to improve your time. So what things do you have to work on, or do you work on to improve your time?
Mentally, I have to prepare myself because I think that's my downfall because we train hard, but sometimes I have to
Focus, yeah.
prepare myself.
What about you, Carmen?
I would say go out every day with a new goal to get better, and don't let yourself get down if you don't have a good workout.
Absolutely, very good. Those things are so important, and especially when you're running this length of time, and then of course everything depends on your time. Everything. What do you do outside of this? Outside of being in the Beta Club, what things do you do for your downtime to just relax, or do you ever have time for that?
Well, most of the time I study when I don't run, and I love to draw and paint.
Really? So you're an artist. Very good. What about you, Carmen?
I like to sing.
Very good. We've got a lot of singers here. Now, do you sing in your church?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of your church?
Dudley Baptist.
Dudley Baptist. Very good. And it's so important to have other things outside of school that you do for fun to kind of help you relax that mind and kind of get yourself mentally prepared. How has it been for you all working under Coach Weingartner?
Coach Weingartner is a good coach. It's been fun training with him for the past 4 years now.
He's tough though, right?
He's tough.
He means business. What about for you, Carmen?
This is my first year with Coach Weingartner besides track. He's a great coach, but he pushes us definitely past our limits. But
yeah, and the thing is, when you are able to be pushed past your limits, we know that you can go further. And so with that, with having that type mentality, that's how you win meets. That's how you win meets. And so what kind of message do you want to give to young women out there to encourage them to get out there and to be physically fit and to work on those things mentally as well as physically?
Well, I say the first thing that you need is to work on confidence and believing in yourself, and then pushing yourself towards the goals you have.
Very good. What about you, Carmen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say if you really like a sport, to do it and not be too scared to do it, because I should have done cross country 9th grade year, but I was doubting myself, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I wish I had them now. So.
And here you are. Here you are. So that's great advice from both of you to young ladies out there. So thank you so much. A pleasure meeting both of you.
Thank you.
And tell your mama I said hey.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Dr. Price and Dr. Peters at Dublin Orthopedic and Rehabilitation have been a part of our community for many years and very proud to support high school football. We are proud of our children and their commitment. We share that same commitment when it comes to our patients. You'll always be a winner at Dublin Orthopedic. No referral ever needed. Just call us today at 272-3022. Whether it's a sports injury, carpal tunnel, stress fracture, ankle sprain, or any other injury, don't waste your time or money going to the ER, urgent care, or hospital. Come straight to the specialist, Dr. Price and Dr. Peters at Dublin Orthopedic and Rehabilitation, 2406 Bellevue Road in Dublin.
Back to back, at Dublin Nissan, we've been honored 2 years running with Nissan's Award of Excellence.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right now, save up to $5,000 off an Altima or Rogue. Save even more with up to $7,500 off a Maxima or Murano. Dublin Nissan has the winning team. From parts and service to sales and finance, Dublin Nissan is truly the only dealer you will ever need.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to speak with the seniors. Hi, guys.
Hi.
All right, listen, now, you know, you and I have seen each other many times.
Yes.
But tell us again who you are. Tell us about you.
I'm Randy Traxler. I'm a senior at Trinity Christian School. My parents are Tim and Beth Traxler, and I have an older sister, Cassie.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Tell us about things that you're involved in outside of cross country.
I, at Dudley Baptist Church, that's where I go to church, I help with the Sparkies at Awana, and we did some community service with United Way with the school.
Now, what is the Sparkies? What is that?
That's kindergarten through second grade. They learn verses and go to council time and like do games.
That's good. So you enjoy working with kids.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what about you, sir? Talk to us.
My name is Landon Logue. My parents are Tanya and George Ochoa, and I'm a senior this year. And
What things are you involved in outside of cross country?
outside of, I go to the gym sometimes. You know, try to swim, always work on running and whatnot. But I go to church on Sunday, every Sunday, with my grandparents. Just help out around the house and whatnot.
So you're a quite studious young man then. I mean, you help out your grandparents around the house. No one has to tell you to do it. You just do it.
Yes, ma'am. They've always been for me and whatnot, so I try to help them out as much as possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now both of you are seniors,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And so what type of level of responsibility do you feel you have on the cross country team being seniors? We'll start with you, Bae.
Well, I feel like I need to encourage all the girls that are running and even the guys too, and especially the middle schoolers because they run with at the same meet sometimes with us, to just encourage them and be a leader.
How long have you been running cross country?
2 years. This will be my second year.
2 years. Now, are you, some children, some teenagers have a difficult time being leaders, especially leaders to their peers. How do you fare with that?
I feel like I do a pretty good job because I'm responsible and I'm very good with younger people and older people.
That's good. And the fact that you do that in church as well. What about you, sir? What level of responsibility do you have or feel that you have as a senior?
I think it's good to let the little kids know what they should be doing and help them out. And also with the juniors now, give them a little, sense to what should be done whenever, us two are gone.
Absolutely.
So they can, follow in our footsteps and help the little kids out.
Absolutely, and that's so very important because Coach Weingartner was talking about how you have a young team, and so it's very important that the older ones do kind of take on that leadership role in a way, whether you want it or not, to set that example. And speaking of coaches, you have assistant coaches as well, and we want you to make sure you tell the people about your assistant coaches and their contributions to your team.
I think Kaya, she helps with our middle schoolers, and she encourage even the varsity people all the time, and she rides her bike and makes sure we're doing what we're supposed to, and when we're not there, I believe that we as seniors step up and take that role for the middle schoolers to help them out.
Absolutely, very good. And your other coach?
Ron Clanton, he's retired, but he's been with us for quite some time now, running. He's very dedicated and passionate about the sport. On the weekends, we have to go out to his house sometimes and run. 8 o'clock in the morning. It's tough, but
It requires discipline, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. A lot of discipline, and you just gotta have the feel for it. But he's been there a lot, helping us, achieve our goal and the possibilities he's given us.
Very good.
So it's a good coach.
And that's very important because it's not an easy job when you're talking about leading young men and women, and to have people in the positions that are skilled and in how to train you is very important. And so as seniors, okay, this is your last year, right? What things have been what have stood out for you the most this year as a senior?
Just how our teammates encourage us to keep going, and then once we graduate, we're going to keep going and doing what we pursue, and just lead us in the right direction.
And so
help
what,
us.
absolutely, what are your plans after high school?
I'm undecided where I want to go, but I'm thinking about doing sports management and just going from there.
Very good. What about you, sir?
You know, the thing about being a senior to me that impacted me most was the first race we ran in August was like the last one in my last one in my high school career. So it was, you know, sad but a good moment.
Yeah.
But undecided where I want to go yet.
Right.
But I want to get a 4-year degree in criminal justice, then go on to law school. And I do plan on to run in college somewhere.
Very good, very good. Well, listen, we appreciate both of you being seniors and taking on that role as leaders to your peers. Is something very important that you shouldn't take lightly. And we're so glad that you are continuing on in this sport and actually want to continue your education. So we're proud of both of you.
Thank you.
All right, these are the seniors, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we have the last but not least young lady on the cross-country team. How are you?
I'm good.
I've noticed this is our first time meeting, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, why don't you tell us all about yourself, if you would, and tell us who your family is.
Hi, my name is Ansley Mole, and I'm a sophomore, and my parents are Tanya and Micah Mole.
Nice. Now, what things do you participate in, Ansley, outside of cross-country? Any kind of clubs or anything like that? Any volunteer work?
Yes, ma'am. I am in Lawrence Youth Leadership, and I'm also in Senior Beta.
Very good. And what grade are you?
I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore, so you're a leader. You consider yourself a leader already, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been running cross-country?
I've been running cross-country since the 7th grade.
Since the 7th grade. And how has your experience been in those 3 years?
It's been really good because we get to bond as a team, and yeah.
And bonding, and and when you're talking about bonding as a team, in a way it's saying like being like family. Would you say that?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what things have you seen in yourself that you have improved upon?
Mostly like my work ethic and my determination, because this helps in all the other sports, and it kind of like the people here are in other sports with me too, so I already like kind of know them, and we can already like become friends and stuff.
And that's good, and the fact that you feel comfortable with them, and so that's good. How your time? Do you know what your time is? Your best time?
I think in the 22s. I'm not sure.
And so and as you improve, you see yourself, you've improved quite a bit, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And so what is the one thing that you would say that Coach Weingartner teaches you that really is ingrained within you?
Probably to run outside my comfort zone, because usually whenever you run, you just like go through the motions and stuff, but once you like go outside of your comfort zone a little bit, you get better and better each week.
And and it takes courage to do that, doesn't it? Because a lot of times people, if they're not pushed, they won't push themselves. Have you noticed that?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what things do you like to do outside of school, when Ansley just has time to just let your hair down? What do you do? I'll tell you what I like to do, and then that'll help you.
Okay.
I like to shop. I like to perform on stage, so I still like to I like to watch that kind of stuff to kind of help me with my craft. I like to hang out with my sisters, because I've got a bunch of them, and my family, and my kids. I like to hang out with my kids and my husband. What do you like to do?
I like to probably, I like the Bulldogs, the University of Georgia. I love their football team.
Yeah.
And I usually on Saturdays watch football.
You're watching football?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you'd want to be a future Bulldog?
Yes, ma'am. I would love to go to the University of Georgia.
Nice. What do you think? I know this is a little far off, but this is something we always tend to think about. What do you think you'd want to major in? Have you been thinking about that?
Yes, ma'am. I'd probably want to major in sports medicine or pharmacy of some sort.
Something in that medical field.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. And so your experience here within the sports and activities at Trinity has been very good.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what kind of message could you encourage the kids out there who are not involved in sports or any kind of extracurricular activities? Can you give them a word of encouragement to encourage them to do so? Because you talked about stepping outside of your comfort zone, and there's a lot of kids out there who have a difficult time doing that.
Just like be bold, and if you do something, if you just try, then you can always succeed and become a better person through all the stuff that you do. It might be sports or it might be extracurricular activities. You can just give your best effort, and that will be just enough.
Well said, Ansley. Thank you. It's
you.
been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the cross-country team here with the Trinity Crusaders. Please continue to support them and support all of the athletics here. Thank you, Ansley. It's been great.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for Real Talk, ladies and gentlemen, and please keep watching.